We're back at another episode once again. We're talking about Trump and the Middle East and the ongoing conflicts, of course, because, trending topics, number one thing going on, the war in the Middle East right now. So this will be a really interesting situation. That's everything that's developing, that's going on. And a lot of people are scared of World War III. A lot of Democrats are actually urging on, and they want, all Trump supporters and Republicans to be sent to the front lines because I guess, they can be murderous. But at the same time, they're accusing Republicans of murdering, people that Tim Walz put a hit out on. So this is very interesting situation. I mean, I'm not saying the Tim Walz hit was 100% factual, only time will tell, but that's the big rumors on the news and the big rumors on the streets. I'm not like the Democrats. I won't claim that everything on the news is 100% factual, but that is what the news indeed was saying about Tim Walz putting a hit out on the Minnesota senator. Now, I can't confirm or deny that's factual, but there was a whole thing of No Kings posters in the back of that guy's car. But at the same time, that guy literally, his roommate that was working at Papa John's, like 60 years old. That nothing wrong with working at Papa John's at 60 years old, whatever. Work is work. Good for him. At least he's working. But at the same time, this guy doesn't look exactly like the guy that takes care of himself exactly. But hit the like and subscribe button. But he was claiming he was a big Trump supporter and that he, was a big Trump voter or whatever. But a lot of things just don't add up. A lot of conflicting evidence, to be quite frank with you. And also, this guy could be paid by the media $1,000. He would say anything they wanted him to say. But I think once again we are in a ceasefire. I'm about to play some news for you guys so we can talk and discuss about it. A lot of I'm not going to say Democrats, but a lot of the radical leftists truly do not want a ceasefire, because if there's a ceasefire, then they don't have anyone to blame the war on. Morning, rah! 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 America, rah! Hit the like and subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Good morning, everybody. Slap that like button, hit the subscribe button. Today, we're talking about the entire conflicts going on with Bibi, Iran, and the United States. Now, I'm not saying I 100% agree with Bibi, because obviously he was the aggressor in this situation, which is never a good situation. But we are, in some ways, helping tear down the Iranian regime that many Iranians do not support. But we haven't really pulled the Band-Aid off. I had a whole live stream yesterday with an Iranian. If you guys want to go check out his perspectives on this whole conflict, definitely go check out that stream. Check out my shorts, but definitely go check out that stream. I had someone telling me that was the best stream I've ever done, even though it wasn't the highest views, it wasn't the highest, stats, but in terms of actual content, I think the content was really good. Talking with an Iranian man about the whole situation in the Middle East conflicts was extremely interesting. But I think the New World Order wants us to go into World War III. We can't let it happen, guys. We cannot let it happen. Rah! Really, we could not let it happen. Trump is trying to settle this situation at all costs. He's screaming down at Israel. He's screaming at Iran. He's dropping F-bombs. That man does not want to put up with this bull crap. What do you guys think about the whole conflict? Is there anything you want me to talk about? Anything you want me to discuss? Drop it down in the comments. Shortly here, I'm going to be playing some news, so we can get right into some of that news as well. It'll be very interesting to see some of the latest news updates. I know it's about 5:30 United States time in some places where you guys are coming from. Some of you are on the West Coast, which it's even earlier in the morning. So good morning, everybody. Hope everyone has a great Wednesday. It's hump day. Happy hump day, everybody. Hope you guys having a great week so far. And yeah, let me just pull up some good content. We can review some of the latest news. But yes, yesterday, Israel broke the ceasefire, unfortunately. Where am I? Great question. Should I show you guys really quickly? I'm actually traveling abroad. I'm in Eastern Europe, but I'm originally a United States citizen from Florida. But I would absolutely love to hear where you guys are coming from. So spam the comments. It's Chris from St. Peter's, Florida. Shout out Chris, brother. Florida brothers here. I'm also from Florida, but not St. Petersburg. I'm from Fort Myers, Florida. What's up with New York shitty voting for a socialist for a Democrat governor? I heard their governor was also Muslim. I don't know anything about the new governor of New York, but I heard he was Muslim and he was getting a lot of LGBTQ support. I guess the LGBTQ community doesn't know about the Muslim beliefs or about the Quran or anything like that. Shout out New York City. We love New York City. Shout out North Carolina. Shout out St. Cloud. Where is St. Cloud? Hey, Jacob. Where are you coming from, Jacob? I know you said you're Serbian, but are you coming from Serbia? Or where exactly are you watching from? Hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know where you guys are coming from. Shout out Florida. SLC. Where is the news? I'm going to play the news shortly, guys. Let's watch over some of it, review it. Just give me a second to pull up some clips and everything will be good. If you guys have any questions or anything you want me to play specifically, you guys can drop me a super chat. I read all. Oh, Salt Lake City. So you're in the United States, Jacob. Good morning. Good morning. If you guys have any specific videos you want me to play or any topics you want me to discuss about, drop a super chat. Much appreciated. We are voting this week for a mayor. I voted for a presidential election. That is when my opinion counts. Well, brother, we live in a democracy. Your opinion can count all times. Don't just say during this or during that. But let me know where you guys are coming from. The world is in trouble. I don't know about that. But drop a super chat if you guys want me to discuss or talk about anything or show any specific clips. Much appreciated. Let me pause this live stream for a quick second to check something, and we're all good. We're back. Congratulations on your first day, Jacob, by the way. Sorry, guys, I had to cut the live stream for a quick second. Well, if you want me to discuss something specific, I can talk about it for literally 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, but I just need a super chat. Just need a super chat, my friend. Just need a super chat. Absolutely. How long have you been in the U.S.? I'm just curious. Did you just get a job and fly over there, or what's the situation? Shout out the U.S. Let me know where you're coming from in the U.S. I didn't learn any words, really. Maybe like 2 or 3 or 4 hats. Words. Sorry, not hats. I just saw his freaking comment. Sleep in that hat? Yes, sir. Hit the like and subscribe button. I got Donald J. Trump's pajamas. I'm from California. Where are you from? I'm from Florida originally. But I love all people. It doesn't matter if you're Democrat, Republican, even if you're not an American. I love all of humanity. All good and nice people, I'm saying. Shout out North Carolina. Real Florida jit. United States Navy, thank you for your service. I was a proud American before I got my citizenship. That's amazing, Jacob. That's amazing. Someone drop me a super chat if you guys want me to play any specific news or any specific videos or discuss about anything. Can someone please drop that in the comments? Say, drop a super chat if you guys want any specific videos or content played or any topics you want to discuss. Someone drop that in the comments so I can pin it and so I don't got to say it so much as well. Would be much appreciated. I'm a proud American. Well, we'll just pin that. Drop a super chat. I meant to say the whole thing in it, but it's okay. Oh, pin that one. Drop a super chat. Okay, let's find a video to play. Let's see some U.S. news. Oh, Lindsey Graham hates Trump. Lindsey Graham demands war. This makes Dems go crazy. Let's watch this.
President Trump means what he says. Just listen to his words. He's not that hard to figure out. You can call it the Trump doctrine if you want, but it is simply a fact. And despite all
Chris Hannity here. Chris Hannity here.
Mob, Trump has always called for global peace. Sometimes that means you got to get tough with both your enemies and your friends. Take a look earlier today.
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because of one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
All right, after a tenuous start, the ceasefire is now back on track. Keep in mind, this is a ceasefire less than 1 week after President Trump obliterated Iran's nuclear program with a massive strike. Take a look at your screen. The strike was a tremendous success thanks to several bunker buster bombs that penetrated a mountain and exploded deep underground. Fordo, their nuclear plant, really no longer exists. We'll get the full assessment in days ahead. Now, there will be a lot of hard work ahead in terms of achieving a lasting peace. That will include checks and balances and measures in place to prevent Iran from ever rebuilding anything nuclear. This should also include Iran's recognition of Israel and, of course, anywhere, any place, anytime inspections, and that would be American inspections. And, of course, a full accounting of all enriched uranium that the Iranians may have moved. That has got to be a part of it as well. My message to Iran, tried to warn you before Donald Trump dropped those bunker busters. If you think you will be clever and you think you'll be able to use your proxies like Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthi rebels, or others to attack Israel, then that war will be back on immediately, and Donald Trump will not come to the rescue and stop Israel this time. He knows that they are acting on orders from you, the Iranian leadership, or whoever is left. From this point forward, Iran's radical leaders, they are committing suicide any and every time they dare attack Israel, either directly or indirectly through their proxies. But what President Trump has been able to accomplish in the last week is incredible. It is historic. So many presidents talked about it. None of them ever did it. And of course, it is driving the Democrats and the media mob predictably absolutely crazy. Instead of congratulations, we are seeing condemnation from the left. Insanely, some are even accusing Donald Trump of committing any illegal act. And even today, 79 Democrats in Congress voted to impeach the president for daring to breach the 1973 War Powers Act, which, as Greg Jarrett points out, quote, it is a notification requirement, and he did notify the leadership on the Democratic side and Republican side in Congress, not a prohibition on the president's right to exert military action. And the president did, in fact, notify those people in Congress he needed to notify. Just to be clear, as Greg Jarrett points out, under Article 2 of the Constitution, the president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, and that empowers him to
Read this. The Democrats say we don't know what the Constitution is. Read this, Democrats. Read this. Democrats, please. You guys brag about knowing so much about the Constitution, but say what Trump did is illegal. Article 2 of the Constitution. Can the Democrats read? I'm not even going to say the Democrats. Let's say the liberal leftists, the liberals, the Democrats. Can you guys read, please? Article 2. The president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces and is empowered to direct military operations to deter foreign threats to our nation's national security. What do the Democrats not understand. Hit the like and subscribe button. Drop a super chat. They're crying about the strike, yeah. They're crying about the Iran strike. They're saying he doesn't have the power. He's literally the commander-in-chief. Like, what do they not see about the Constitution? What do they not see?
And well established over the course of our republic. No president.
Drop a super chat if you guys want me to play any videos or have any requests or anything like that.
Itself even allows presidents a 60-day window to strike at any enemy if they deem necessary. On top of that, after 9/11, Congress specifically authorized additional powers for a president, granting explicit power to target nations linked to terrorism. That would be Iran, the number one state sponsor of terror. But if Democrats actually disagree with these facts, where then was the outrage when Joe Biden bombed Afghanistan, Syria, Yemen, or when Barack Obama ordered strikes against Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, Libya, Somalia, Pakistan? Obama even ordered a drone strike against a U.S. citizen in Yemen, and yet Democrats then didn't care a whit. In fact, George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, George H.W. Bush, Ronald Reagan, Jimmy Carter, Gerald Ford, Richard Nixon, Lyndon B. Johnson, all ordered strikes without congressional approval. There's your Hannity history lesson. But Democrats, well,
There's your Hannity lesson.
Campaign against President Trump. They live, eat, breathe, sleep.
Smash the like and subscribe button, friends.
You're feeling sad, blame Trump. Trump cures cancer, blame him for that too. They don't like Donald Trump. They don't like that he has emerged as the real one true leader of the free world. Other presidents only made proclamations about Iran and their nuclear program. Donald Trump brought them to their knees. Other presidents politely encouraged NATO members to, take their defense seriously, pay their fair share. Donald Trump got them to start paying their fair share as of today. Other presidents looked the other way while Europe, was
Article 2 of the Constitution. The U.S. President is the Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. military.
Was calling them out for doing that very thing and then wanting money for defense. And now, by the way, at the NATO meeting that's going on in the Netherlands, Europe's leaders have finally come to the realization that President Trump has been right the entire time about every major issue facing the world. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click. Our hottest interviews.
That's right. It's Fox Hannity here. Is there any videos you guys want me to play? Drop a super chat. Let me know where you guys are coming from. If there's any videos of any news stations, let me know if there's something you want me to watch or play. We can do it live here on stream. Just drop a super chat. Let me know where you guys are coming from, too. Everyone spam the chats. What city, what state, what country. If there's anything you guys want me to play or anything you guys want me to watch and review, just let me know. Drop a super chat. Florida. Shouts out Florida. Let's look up some. Ooh, ICE arrests 15 illegal Iranians after U.S. attack on nuclear sites. Should we watch this? What do you guys want me to watch? Drop a super chat. Drop a comment. Incredible. Oil prices drop amid Israel-Iran conflict. Very interesting. Very interesting. Huh. Hello, Germany. Thank you for joining. Yes, sir. I like Donald J. Trump. He is our president of the United States of America. Hit the like and subscribe button. Drop a super chat if you guys have any questions or any videos you want me to review. I got my computer right here and I got YouTube pulled up. Let me know if there's any stations you want me to play or any videos you want me to review. Just drop a super chat. I read all super chats out loud. I discuss them, I debate them, I talk about them, whatever you like. Commies keep crying, and I love it. Colorado for Trump. Hell yeah, brother. Hit that like and subscribe button. I'll freestyle for a super chat. I take all requests in super chat forms. You're welcome, France. Well, since the Democrats are crying in chat, then we can play our favorite video. Which video would piss them off more? That oil prices are dropping after the Iran conflict? Or would it piss them off more if we played the video of the US ICE deporting illegal Iranian citizens? What do you think would piss them off more? Let me know, guys. Oil prices, let's go. Okay, let's piss them off.
All right, Fox News alert here as we are watching markets. Take a look at this. You're looking at the Dow of 500 points amid a time of obvious uncertainty. At the same time, we're topping 43,000 in the Dow. The S&P 500, a broader gauge of the U.S. stock
This
market,
was only
is
an hour or
set
two
to
ago.
record highs now. And oil prices continue to drop. Let's bring in National Economic Council.
Ooh, stock prices record high. Cry, Democrats, cry.
You know, market watchers, we know times of uncertainty, markets might take a hit, and obviously with geopolitical risk,
Drop a super chat if you have any questions or any content you want me to play and discuss.
That markets have been pricing in a lot of risk of a dysfunction in the Middle East, and I think that risk is being permanently reduced because of the strong action of President Trump.
$2.80.
Comes down in oil prices. That means oil is cheaper. People have a lot more money after they go to the gas pump, and then they spend it on other things.
Drop a super chat for questions, guys.
As well. And that's before we
or discussions, comments, or requests.
I understand that it's highly likely that it's going to be voted on in the Senate beginning on Friday, and that it might well even pass over the weekend, well before the 4th of July. And so there's a heck of a lot of good economic news right now that's being factored in by markets.
Okay, so I'm trying to see what the headline is on this oil situation, because it is a bit baffling, but you've got oil prices coming down, gas prices are now coming down. Is this a bet that this truce will hold?
Yes, it is. It 100% is. But the thing that you got to understand is that when the Iranians said that they were going to close the straits, that if they did that, then that would have disrupted maybe about a third of the world oil supply. And we could have seen oil prices well above $100 a barrel. But if they did that, then they would have disrupted their own shipments. And so the fact that even in the midst of them firing missiles all around, that they let the oil continue to go, was, I think, a strong signal that that's what they intend to do going forward, even if they have some more trouble, which the president doesn't think we're going to. He thinks that we're going to have a lasting truce. But they've shown that they're not going to put the world's oil supply on the table.
Gosh, I wish I had more time with you, Kevin. We're about to be up against the hard break here. But oil at $64 a barrel right now. It's pretty fascinating to watch. Yeah, it really is. Please do come back soon, Kevin.
Very interesting. What do the Democrats think about that? Drop a super chat. I'll read it out loud. I'll discuss it. The globalists can't destroy us, guys. They can't win. Drop a super chat. If there's anything you want me to discuss, anything you want me to talk about. Yes, oil prices, gas prices are down since Trump announced the ceasefire last night. Because the first ceasefire didn't work. They broke it. This is the second ceasefire. Now, the markets are betting that this ceasefire lasts because both gas prices are down and the stock market is at all-time record time highs. The Democrats can no longer cry and lie and say, oh, the stocks, that was in April. Now look at the market. What can they say for themselves? Drop a super chat. I'll read it out loud. I'll discuss it. Whatever you guys like. Gavin is going to be raising prices in California, but that's not our president's fault. Well, that's completely up to him. Sorry to say. He can put more state taxes on gasoline if that's what he loves to do so much. Alaikum salam, brother. Hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know where you guys are coming from. Let's play another video that really pissed off the liberals. Iranians deported because they were illegal. I'm good. How are you? Smash that like button, subscribe. Let's actually play a clip of Trump. That'll really get them mad.
Breaking news from the White House. President Trump has just made a statement. Rich Edson.
Good afternoon, Martha. So the president taking to Truth Social just a short while ago, he says Iran has officially responded to our obliteration of their nuclear facilities with a very weak response, which we expected and have very effectively countered. There have been 14 missiles fired, 13 were knocked down, one was set free because it was headed in a non-threatening direction. I am pleased to report that no Americans were harmed and hardly any damage was done. Most importantly, they've gotten it all out of their system, and there will hopefully be no further hate. I want to thank Iran for giving us early notice, which made it possible for no lives to be lost.
I'm indeed MAGA. If you're getting pissed off, that's your fault. I laugh at the haters.
Enthusiastically encourage Israel.
Hispanics for Trump.
Thank you for your attention in this matter. The president also goes on to thank the government of Qatar for what it has done in seeking peace for the region.
Pedro Sanchez is a failure. He's about to resign. Haha, Erica from Spain.
Very importantly, there have been no
Enjoy your shitty politics there.
In that first post that he had on Truth Social there that he did get a heads up, the United States did get a heads up on this attack, according to the president, and then he's hoping that this is a bit of an off-ramp here, a way to de-escalate this whole thing. He says he's ready for peace. So Iran indicating with an attack on a hardened position in the Middle East that the U.S. got a tip-off from beforehand, or an indication that this attack was coming, is a way for Iran to say, we've settled the score here, nobody's gotten hurt, let's move forward. Let's see if there
Let's move forward, Iran. Drop a like, a comment, and a super chat if you have anything you want us to talk about, any discussions, or any videos you want me to play or criticize, or anything you want me to say about Trump that I maybe don't like, or any questions about Israel or Epstein or Elon or Tom Holman or anything like that.
According to a House report last year,
Let me know where you guys are coming
if there
from.
is an attack soon, the left will try and blame Trump, but the blood will be on the hands of Biden, Harris, Mayorkas.
Spam the comments. Let me know where you guys are coming from and if you're for Trump or for
I've
Harris.
asked you this question in a number of ways, a number of times. It's like, to me, finding a needle in a haystack. We know they're here. We know Iranian assassination squads are here and other known terrorists are here, but we don't know where they are, do we?
No, we don't. You know, Sean, you and I have been talking. I've been on your show 100 times the last 4 years. And we talked about the biggest national security vulnerability.
Shout out India.
Open border. And
Love to all the Indians.
This is the biggest national security issue this country has ever faced. Because not only did you got 700 some released, number one, they can't be properly vetted. And Secretary Marcus said everybody released got vetted. Do you think Iran would give us any information about their national security issues or what these the past or records of these people are, or their involvement in any national security? So Iran's not going to give us that information. And beyond that, you and I talked many times about 2 million, more than 2 million gotaways that paid more to get away. They crossed the border. We don't know who they are, where they came from, why they're here. That scares me more than anything.
You know, so the intellectually lazy people, I could see it happening. If, God forbid, there's an attack on our homeland, and let's say the terrorist has a manifesto, because Donald Trump took out Iranian nuclear sites, they try to blame Trump. No, I would blame the people that didn't secure the border, enforce the
Jacob,
law,
can you hear it?
didn't vet the people coming in.
Yeah, they're trolling. I know they're trolling.
I believe in immigration. I wouldn't be here, but my grandparents, all 4 of them coming from Ireland, but they came in legally. You know, if you're gonna
They came in legally. Keyword, came in legally, Democrats. We love immigrants that come legally to America.
Financial burden on the American people, but do it legally. And I don't then care where you come from. Welcome to our family. I've said that 1,000,000 times. So, you know, if it does happen, if you have a brain, they shouldn't have been here. That's the answer.
Well, here's what the American people need to know. Donald Trump, the greatest president of my lifetime, because right after the election.
Is it better now?
January 20th, right after the election.
Let me know if the sound is better now.
Because we knew starting day one after inauguration, we got a big problem. We got over 2 million gotaways. We got thousands from China and Russia, Iran, Syria, Turkey. We knew we had a problem. So we started working this even before the inauguration.
Sound is fine. Thank you. Hit the like and subscribe button.
Border 7 weeks. How many Syrians been released? Zero.
If you guys have any questions or comments or any news or any clips you want me to review or talk about or discuss, drop a super chat.
Seal the border. We're not releasing. We ended catch and release. So we're spending every moment right now looking for these people that came to the country, the national security threats. We got to get them quickly. But then again, I'll say this. We need the big, beautiful bill. Right now, we need it more than ever. We got over 20 million illegal.
Good morning. Hit the like and subscribe button if you're new to the channel.
Deportation officers. We need that bill passed. We need the money. We need the agents. We need the beds. We need the transportation. We need the contract. We need the big, beautiful bill passed quickly so we can even put more effort into looking for these national security threats.
If the average American, if everyone watching this show tonight knew what you knew, and Kristi Noem knew, and Kash Patel and Dan Bongino and Pam Bondi knew, how scared would they be?
I've been doing this for 40 years. This is the biggest concern I've ever had. You know, we had fentanyl that killed 250,000 Americans. We got sex trafficking up 600%. We got people on terrorist watch lists being arrested at the border. I said from day one, 2 million plus gotaways. This scares the hell out of me. If you don't think a single one of them didn't come here to do us harm, then you're a moron. This is the biggest issue I've seen in my 40-year career, and it scares the hell out of me. It should scare the hell out of every American. But thank God we got President Trump sitting in the White House because he's going to take this on 100%.
All right, Tom Homan, to you and all the people working with you. And
Thank you, Tom Homan. Thank you. If you guys have any requests of videos you want me to play, I'll play your favorite news networks. I'll play your favorite YouTube videos and news clips, and I'll react to them, review them. Or if any topics you just want me to discuss, drop a super chat. Let me know, guys. Let me know. Trump broke CNN.
Fox News alert: the White House firing back strong at a leaked CNN report that Trump's bunker busters didn't work. Trump's negotiator, Steve Witkoff, calls the leak treason. Senator Ted Cruz joins us now. Senator, what do you make about all this stuff going on here?
CNN is openly lying.
Listen, it's not surprising that CNN is.
If you want me to play another news network, you can drop a super chat. I'll play it.
The first time he became president in 2017. If you look at the results of this attack, they were nothing sort of spectacular. We saw 7 B-2 bombers.
I don't like Ted Cruz, but let's hear what he has to say.
Deliver 14 bunker buster 30,000-pound bombs, devastate 3 Iranian nuclear weapons facilities, and then fly back. And there was not a single American casualty. I have to commend, first of all, the American servicemen and women that carried out the attack. But the president and his team executed it to perfection, and it was devastatingly effective in terms of degrading Iran's capability. It shouldn't surprise anyone that CNN is throwing rocks from the sidelines.
So you'll get briefed on this, I'm sure, and we'll probably get some spies down there in the mountain to take a look about really what happened. The IAEA says there's probably contamination. They saw everything caved in, the entrances, the whole thing's rubble. Why do you think CNN would do this?
Look, I think it's who they are. CNN and much of the corporate media, Donald Trump broke them, and they're just, they have panels together discuss, is Donald Trump the devil or is he Adolf Hitler? That's just where they are. It's why nobody watches them anymore.
I've seen that show.
Because it's just, it's just who they are. And I think people are frustrated. We know that they hate the president, and it's, look, they're an extension. They are the left wing of the Democrat Party, and the Democrat Party right now, they have no positive agenda for the country. They are a party of anger and hate. They hate the president. We just saw an incredible military strike that successfully took out Iran's nuclear weapons capability. And what are the Democrats doing this week? They're voting on trying to disapprove President Trump defending America. And Jesse, one of the important things to understand,
the attack that President Trump carried out this weekend, yes, it was supporting our friend and ally Israel, but much more importantly, it was defending America.
Nick is a neo-Nazi.
When the Ayatollah chants death to America, I believe him when he calls America the great
Drop a
Savior.
super chat for any content
And
requests.
there's a reason the Ayatollah is developing ICBMs. As you know,
They hate him because he's a great
ICBM
leader.
stands for Intercontinental Ballistic Missile. You don't need an ICBM for Iran to attack Israel. They're using ordinary ballistic missiles for that. The only reason that the Ayatollah wants an ICBM is to deliver a nuclear warhead to an American city, and Donald Trump act decisively to prevent that, and to prevent Iran from being able to kill potentially millions of American citizens. I don't know why CNN is not cheering that on. I don't know why every Democrat is not cheering that on, but they immediately take the side of America's enemies instead of standing and supporting our nation.
All right, well, Senator, I wanted to ask you about Alligator Alcatraz. We ran out of time. We got to pay some bills, but we'll have you back on soon. Thank you so much. Good to talk to you.
Excellent.
Click here to subscribe
Click here.
to the YouTube page to catch our hot.
We love Tom Holman. I'll play whatever news you guys want. I actually do love Newsmax, so you gotta drop a super chat. Until then, I'll continue to piss off the Democrats with Fox, because I know that's the news they hate the most.
According to
I love that comment. I couldn't do what Trump does and I'm under 40. He doesn't give a damn if he offends you. Okay, fair enough. We'll play some Newsmax now. Unless you guys have any super chat requests. Any super chat requests?
People who were attacked. These people were.
I'm not watching Nick unless you drop a super chat, and that's that. The Democrats are mad. Super chats stand out more than any other comment. So if you guys have a request, I might not see it right away. You gotta drop a super chat. Any questions, requests? I can't get to all of them, so drop a super chat.
the president in the Netherlands tonight for
The deep state is at work.
Incredible news from NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte, sharing a text message.
Nick is a neo-Nazi and a racist.
GDP defense spending as a commitment from all NATO nations except one, and that is Spain. 5%. They're all agreeing to move toward here in the next few years. Rutte explicitly telling Trump just how remarkable that is. The man the global establishments call a threat to democracy and a threat to NATO has strengthened the West and NATO more than any other person alive or who has ever lived. Think about that. They called him a Russian agent. NATO at 5% would literally be Vladimir Putin's worst nightmare.
You got Trump for the next 4 years. Enjoy. Until 2028. Wrap your little liberal brain around that.
Israel had a pretty rough start last night. Trump saying he felt like both countries violated that midnight ceasefire. The president has dropped a few bombs lately. Today he dropped the F-bomb.
We have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
I think we understand. It does appear that the truce is holding tonight, though, and sometimes ceasefires get off to a bit of a sticky start. But as expected, the deep state intelligence community has already started to attack the perception that the bombings from over the weekend on Iran were a success because they all hate the idea that the president and his Defense Department were able to do something and do something very well. Someone described by the White House as a low-level loser in the intelligence community has leaked a very early intelligence assessment, just one assessment, by the way, on the Sunday morning strikes, claiming the barrage of bunker busters and tomahawks that the president and Pete Hegseth unleashed didn't do much.
I'll gladly talk about some of the wrongdoings President Donald J. Trump has done, but you guys got to drop some super chats if you have any real questions. Any real questions in super chat? Now's your time. Any real questions you guys have? Please drop me a super chat. Yes, they are mad. They are indeed mad. They're mad, they're mad, they're mad. I'm just waiting for someone to ask a good question and drop a super chat so I can see it. Blessings to you from Israel. You know what would be more blessings? Some shekels and super chat. But shout out Israel. But some shekels would really bless me. Why do you believe in MAGA? That's a great question, but you got to drop a super chat. Chat GPT doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Yes, Jesus. Yes, I do. Yes, I have watched them. I'm not answering any more questions or comments if you guys got super chat. Unless you guys drop a super chat. It works like this. If you want me to answer a question, you got to drop a super chat first and then I answer it. It's that simple. The Democrats are angry and mad. I see your message, Joe, but you got to drop a super chat. That's a long-winded answer and a long-winded question. That's like a 5-minute response, a 5 to 10-minute response. Let me know where you guys are coming from. Spam the comments. Let me know who you voted for, Trump or Harris. I'm just waiting for a super chat, guys. As soon as we get some super chats coming in, it's going really slow today. As soon as someone actually drops a good question in super chat, I'll gladly start answering a bunch of questions. All we need is one super chat. Hit the like and subscribe button. You can support the other channel the other way. I've been engaging with the comments. The Democrats are all pissed off and mad. They don't have almost 7,000 subscribers, so they can keep being mad. Where's that Indian Jew from last night? He's not Indian or he's not Jewish. He's Iranian. He's Iranian and he supports Israel. If you guys know, Iran was actually Israel's allies back in the 1970s. If you actually wanted to know anything about history, why a lot of Iranians actually support Israel and a lot of Israelis actually support Iran. So that's another reason why this conflict is kind of sad. but he's not on. Do you want me to bring that guy back on as a guest on the show? Or what do you think about him? Just let me know if you want me to bring him back on, LM. What do you want me to answer? I just answered the super chat. If you aren't dropping super chats, I'm not going to answer 90% of the time. I get a lot of questions on here. I don't owe you anything. Unless you drop a super chat. Does Germany get more sun than England? Yeah, I think Germany does get more sun than England. I don't care if you call me a good boy. You think that offends me? You're just annoying. I'll just kick you out again. You can keep making new accounts. It's perfectly fine for me. No, it's okay. I like you, Peter. You're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, and you always ask good questions, so I'll answer you. You don't got a super chat every single time. If you ask a good question, you don't got a super chat. But if you want to support the channel and if you want to ask a really long-winded question that's like a 5-minute answer, or if you want me to play any specific news or anything like that, please drop a super chat. Spammers and annoying people will be kicked out of chat. Absolutely. No, you guys are angry. It's not self-projecting. You've been crying every day. I can give a 10-minute answer. You support a neo-Nazi racist. Answer that question. Are you racist and are you a Nazi, Grand Duke? Because there's also, a KKK member named Grand Duke, if you didn't know. And I'm guessing you're a racist neo-Nazi. That's why you have that name. America first. You don't even know my opinion, so you can pretend to know them all you like. Enjoy blaming Jewish people for all your life failures, Grand Duke, because I know you got plenty. I've been MAGA since Trump's first run for president, 2016. That's a good question. I like that one. If you want me to answer any definitions or any long-winded questions, drop a super chat. Another interesting question. I am indeed not Jewish. What do I think of MAGA, or what do I think of Europe as a MAGA supporter? I think Europe is beautiful. I'm actually traveling around there right now, but Western Europe is definitely a majority of failed society. I'm not trying to offend anyone, but a lot of failed society, a lot of failed politics and policies. But that's also a long-winded question. If you want more of an in-depth answer, a longer answer, you can drop a super chat. Travart, I'm just going to let you keep commenting because you keep making the accounts. It really doesn't bother me. Let's play some more videos.
Damage at all. The story was leaked to a very familiar source, Natasha Bertrand over at CNN, who put it like this.
The Defense Intelligence Agency has assessed that the core components of Iran's nuclear program are largely intact, and that Iran's nuclear program has essentially only been set back by...
The more you comment, the more the algorithm pushes my videos, Democrats. Love it.
Underground facilities, including the centrifuges, including the highly enriched uranium that everyone has been talking so much about, those are largely...
Look at your favorite. Your favorite.
12 bunker busters at Fordo, and everything's fine. And they'll be back up and running in a couple of months.
Demon rats.
Early intelligence assessment, one of many. And that top secret assessment is the only one that leaked, by the way. How many assessments claim that Iran's nuclear program was devastated? Because those are the assessments that the president and Netanyahu and everyone else seems to be looking at.
My subscribers and my super chat say otherwise, Travart, but much appreciated.
Ineffective. It makes a very sexy headline. It's been on the screen all day long at CNN. They've been talking about this story.
I'd rather it be infamy than die a nobody with a faceless channel like you. So it's perfectly fine for me either way.
Citing the same leaked assessment report. So
That's not even your real name, so.
This is how it always works. The defense secretary releasing his own assessment. And this guy knows more than anybody, by the way, and sees more than anybody, saying everything that he has seen, the bombs obliterated Iran's nuclear facilities. And anyone claiming otherwise is simply trying to undermine the president, which, as we know in Washington, happens all the time. CNN's Natasha Bertrand, who broke the story, is infamous for telling viewers that Hunter's laptop was Russian disinformation.
Hunter's laptop was not disinformation. That was facts.
She's a very handy tool for the intelligence state when they want to get out something that is of an agenda. And they have many agendas. Netanyahu agreeing with the White House.
Jacob,
saying,
are you in chat?
Bombings and the U.S.'s bombings over the weekend, Iran's facilities are gone. So now you have Israel's intelligence, which is fantastic, is what he looks at. Our intelligence as well saying these facilities are devastated. And if Iran starts rebuilding, Israel saying they will strike again. Trump making it very clear the U.S. is out of Iran. It's Israel's job now.
Do you want to see regime change in Iran?
No. If there was, there was. But no, I don't want it. I'd like to see everything calm down as quickly as possible. Regime change takes chaos. And ideally, we don't want to see so much chaos. So we'll see how it does. You know, the Iranians are very good traders, very good business people, and they got a lot of oil.
Shout out the UK.
They should be able to rebuild and do a good job.
Grand Dukes, you have no money. So no, I will not be reviewing whatever you're demanding. You don't run my channel.
Tonight, Iran is signaling, the mullahs and the government is signaling that the nuclear program is simply going to continue. They say that they're looking at the damage, assessing the damage, and they will restart the nuclear process. So what on earth does the world do about Iran? Building nuclear weapons so they can hold the world hostage in exchange for billions of dollars to not use them. It's the same game yet again. The United States has zero interest in regime change and nation building. That is not going to happen on our end. But at the same time, let's not pretend it makes any sense for the world to continue letting this government to exist. Yeah, somebody like John Kerry, who was on TV today, he says, let's just strike up another deal. After all of this, let's just fire up another Iran nuclear deal and keep throwing them billions of dollars so that they can continue funding proxy terrorism.
Hit the like and subscribe button. Drop a super chat if you have anything you want me to talk about or discuss or debate.
On Israel or the United States. Take a listen to this.
You cannot bomb away the memory and the established procedures that they have now learned. They've
I'll show whatever you request in the super chat.
How to make a bomb. The only issue is, will they find some way now to feel compelled to do that, or will they want to join the community of nations and begin to come to a commerce place and
Hey Peter, can you just kick out that one guy every single time you see him since I put you as a moderator? Much appreciated. Much appreciated. I'm sure he's going to comment on all my videos. That would really help me. Thank you, Peter. Every single time you see Travar, just kick him out. $50,000 Irish people protested against illegal immigration 2 weeks ago. Lefties losing it. I love lefties losing it. Let's watch an episode of this. It's time for lefties losing it.
Is healing. Things are getting better day by day, even as the demented Democrats call for Donald Trump to be impeached for a targeted strike against Iran's nuclear facilities. Still, the number of sane, rational folk is increasing. You know, things are looking up when a confirmed TDS sufferer like Charlemagne is belatedly seeing the light. Now, this is going to outrage his lefty audience. There'll be meltdowns galore because he's spitting facts.
There have been a bunch of presidents who have ordered strikes without congressional approval. Barack Obama did it against Libya. Joe Biden ordered strikes in Iraq and Syria without congressional approval. Bill Clinton did it to Kosovo, I think you pronounce it. So presidents ordering military action without congressional approval.
Bro can't even freaking pronounce Kosovo.
Here's another Democrat, another lefty losing it. He used to rail against Trump. Well, he's now defending him. Stephen A. Smith is angry, not at the president, but at the Democrats and their calls for impeachment.
The Democrats are calling, or at least some of them, are calling for the impeachment of Donald Trump. Same old song and dance. Thought we heard this before. I thought that was over and done with. The minute you lost the election with the popular vote in the Electoral College vote and losing every swing state. I thought we were over that. Question number one. No matter what you feel about the President of the United States, do you think that's the time, while we're in the middle of such strife, to be calling for the impeachment of the President of the United States? Particularly,
Democrats are always mean and ruthless. I 100% agree. Drop a comment, drop a like, hit the like and subscribe button. Someone drop me a super chat. Would be much appreciated.
when he was in office?
It's a new day, folks.
If you have any questions, any news you guys want me to play,
Now, we are just reveling in lefties who are finally seeing the light.
This is eradicating a threat. Civilians weren't targeted. Nuclear sites were targeted. You can navigate your way around the War Powers Act itself, and you don't have to concern yourself with receiving congressional approval. The Democrats know that because of Obama. So if you knew that because of Obama and you didn't say it when it involved him in Libya, why would you turn around and all of a sudden try to make that case against Donald Trump?
Really, he's done my work for me, precisely the arguments I was going to make.
Ashton Kutcher? I'd rather be the team who Ashton Kutcher than be a bald
Now, Trump has even
man looking like you, Big Malji.
Fetterman wants a far-left radical criticizing AOC and her calls for Trump to be impeached.
She knows it. I know it. We all know it. That's not going anywhere. And, you know, he's been impeached twice, and now he's still our president as well now, too. So it's not going anywhere, and I don't think that's helpful. And I think if you throw that term around, that actually diminishes what the severity of what impeachment is really reserved for.
And here's more lefties getting an education. Old school lefty Bill Maher in his audience got a strong dose of logic from Republican Wesley Hunt about the importance of not tearing down Confederate statues and the importance of restoring the names of military bases. Listen to this.
Trump is putting the Robert E. Lee name back on buildings. I mean, are you down with that?
So when I was at West Point, I actually lived in Robert E. Lee barracks when I was there. And as I said,
Robert E. Lee went to West Point.
Yes, he did. That's why the barracks named after him. And so my brother, sister, and I all matriculated through West Point. We all graduated. And I'll never forget walking under the threshold of Robert E. Lee barracks and think to myself, damn, this is one hell of a country. Because only in America can someone like me walk into a building named after a Confederate general and then be a successful West Point graduate. Yes. And I do not want to take down these statues and change the names of these buildings because they're a reminder of what was. And if we don't remember it, we are doomed to repeat it.
So there's a reason for it, I see.
As if it's not bad enough that
Lefties losing it.
Charlemagne and Stephen A. Smith making my arguments for me. Now is Bill Maher poking fun at the dangerously dim-witted and delusional ladies of the View.
Whoopi Goldberg saying it's worse to be a black person in America today than a woman in Iran. You know, I say we were talking about the trans issue before, and the New York Times really has come over on that to the sort of the sensible, liberal, not crazy woke position. I think this is great first step toward getting the Democrats back to sanity, and a second good step would be we got to do something about the View.
It's huge in Iran, though.
I am a Trumper, Michael Voss.
Lane Bill Maher mocking lefties is my territory. You go back to.
The left are having a meltdown, absolutely.
But I do want to play you this brilliant response to Whoopi's insane victim playing from Wesley Hunt. And note again the...
Everyone spam the comments. Trump gang. Trump, Trump, Trump. Trump 28. All I want to see in the comments is Trump, 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 Trump. Let's spam the comments, guys. Let's spam the comments. If anyone has anything they want to talk about, drop me a super chat, guys. Thank you, Steve. Spam Trump. Trump, Trump, Trump. Let me know if there's anything you guys want me to show you video-wise, news-wise. Drop me a super chat if there's anything you guys want me to talk about news-wise or anything like that or any debate topics. I'll talk about whatever you want. You just got to drop a super chat. I read all super chats out loud. Drop me a big, beautiful super chat. I'm not even watching Fox News. That's hilarious. This was not Fox News. But that just shows how intelligent the Democrats are. It's huge, Carolina. It's huge. Trump, Trump, Trump. Welcome back. It took you about 5 minutes to make a new YouTube channel. That was hella long, man. You had to make a new email and everything. What's for breakfast? I don't know. You tell me. Give us a policy. Well, if you want me to talk about one of Trump's policies or you want me to talk about a specific situation, then drop a super chat. Enough hate, enough death threats from Democrats. I love you all. But if you want me to talk about any policies or politics or anything like that, you got to drop me a super chat. Liberal tears for my breakfast. I guarantee if I do a Trump versus Harris poll right now, that 90% of these viewers are going to be for Harris. Let's do it and find out. I guarantee it. I can tell by the comments. I've been talking about Trump. They're just trolling now. The Democrats are trolling in the poll. I know you're Democrats. You can't hide behind the Trump thing. Oh, we do got some Trump supporters in here. Trump is number one. You joined and you voted accurately. Okay, I believe it. I believe it. Harris was a joke candidate. Absolutely. She didn't even... Who did she go against in the primary? Somebody tell me. Someone drop a super chat and tell me, where did Harris go against in a primary? Who? Who did she go against in the primaries? Who did she run against other than Trump? Let me know. Trump number one. Let me know what country you guys are coming from, what city, what state. Drop some super chats. Let me know, guys. Free Ireland from what? Philadelphia, Texas. Let me know who you guys are coming from. I love to hear it. Yes, nuclear weaponries in Iran are a threat against our national security. Absolutely. I want everyone to spam the comments now. Drop a super chat, drop a super chat, drop a super chat. I want to see a super chat with a great, amazing, hard to answer question. I'm looking for some hard to answer questions in super chat. Some hard to answer questions, really, legitimately. If you want me to see, if you want me to show you my hair, drop a super chat. Any of these things, you gotta drop a super chat. Let me know where you guys are coming from. I want to see all in the comments. Drop a super chat. Drop a super chat. Spam it in the comments. Let's get 100 comments. Drop a super chat. Just answer questions. Super chat will come. Well, I don't see any questions. Just hate. Big Madge. Big Mad, I'll call you. Trump's awesome. Absolutely. No request until I get that super chat. My locks? You want me to show my locks? Let's get one more super chat. Maybe I'll show my locks. Or should I show my locks anyway? My luxurious locks. You guys want to see it? How about 10 bucks in super chat? I'll show the locks. Because that means I have to take off the legendary Trump hat. Here's a peek at the locks. There's a peek at the locks. $10 super chat. We'll show the locks. But if you have a question or another thing, let me know. Just a tease, just a tease. There's the locks. There's the locks for you guys. If you want me to take off the hat, that's going to be at least a $10 super chat. I'll take it off real quick and show you my locks. Do I love tariffs? Yes, I do. Yes, sir. Rebalancing world trade. Hey, many people have super chatted 10 bucks. Someone can drop it again if they want to see the locks. I know we got 51% Democrats in here, but I'm doing fine. 80%, 90% of you Democrats are paying for some chicks OnlyFans. If you can pay for that, you can drop 10 bucks in super chat. To see the locks, the legendary locks. To remove the hat to see the locks. 50-50 now, bud. How do you feel? What question did you ask in super chat? All you said is luxurious locks. Let me see them. Here's my luxurious locks. You like that? Drop a super chat if you guys have any requests. If you really want to see the luxurious locks under the hat, you got to drop at least a tenner on super chat. I'm not doing this shit for 2 bucks. You got to be joking me. Let me know where you guys are coming from. What city, what state. I can't even see what the comments said because they're moving fast. Democrats mad in chat. Someone drop a super chat. It would really, really piss off the haters. It really would. If you just dropped a super chat, it would really piss them off. I do appreciate the 2 bucks super chat, but if you want to see the locks, it's going to be a little bit more than 2 bucks. Detroit, shout out Detroit. Diddycrats. Diddycrats. Did you guys know Obama was in Diddy's court case? How much for shirtless? Is this a real question? I don't have any problem taking off my shirt, but you got to super chat like 20 bucks. 10 or 20 bucks. Trump did not go to Epstein Island. Another baguette comment. What did this super chat say? Something about your giant baguette. Show us what you get. What do you mean, show us what you get? I don't even know what you mean by that. $10 to jump. Absolutely. Drop a tenner. And I'll jump for you guys. Drop a 20. I'll do 300 to 400 push-ups. $10. I'm not lying. I can prove it. All you gotta do is drop a super chat. And I'll jump. Really. Live on stream. What did he say? Dems need a new job. Too much downtime for full-time protesters. Goddamn right, brother. Dems need a new job. Too much time for full-time protesters. Thank you, Dr. Luke. You know, the thing is, I think some of these protesters are actually paid, and I've been seeing more and more proof on the internet. Even my friend went to a No Kings protesters. He was going through a back area in the woods. He heard one of the No Kings protesters talking about what they're going to do with their 200 bucks. They're probably going to smoke crack with it. Thank you, Dr. Luke. I love that comment. Much appreciated. Hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know where you guys are coming from. Inside the United States, outside the United States. I don't care about this damn YouTube poll. The majority of Americans voted for Donald J. Trump. And that's facts. I'm just reading the comments. I'm just reading my super chats. Dr. Luke, they're pissed off about your super chat. It says, Dems need to get a job. Too much downtime for full-time protesters. You guys are full-time protesters against Trump. That's absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Let me know where you guys are coming from, what city, what state, what country. Love to hear it. God bless America, damn right. Hello? If you guys have any requests, anything you want me to talk about, let's get some super chats. 10 or 20 bucks. I'm taking all requests. All requests. Every single super chat will be read out loud. Every super chat will be read out loud. We will just talk about whatever you want, discuss whatever you want, debate about it. Too late, Joni. Someone already did. I think I'm doing a little bit better than you, Joni. It's okay. Shirts on and off. Is this the same guy that's begging me to take my shirt off? Drop 20 bucks in super chat. I'll show you my 16 pack of abs. When does the news come back on? This is a long ad. The news comes back on when someone requests a specific news network they want to watch on super chat. I have the whole keg. APAC. Do you want me to talk about APAC? Drop a super chat. My opinions are not for sale. I promise you that. Every single person knows my opinions are not for sale. If I was a paid Trump supporter, I would only be saying 100% positivity about Trump. There's many things I disagree with Trump on, even in the big, beautiful bill. Here in America, the gutters are so clean people can live in them. That is a hilariously dumb comment. My opinions for change are not for sale. That's exactly what that means, just to clarify. If you don't have two brain cells, then no. When I say my opinions aren't for sale, I mean you cannot change my opinion for money. What do you not understand about that? Anyway, Dr. Luke back at it again. Trump will keep winning. If the Dems think he can be bought, then just buy him. Broke jokes, write letters, no scripts, not scripts. Trump will keep winning. He's been winning for America. The Dems are crying. Listen, we played the news article this morning. Gas prices are surprisingly down since Trump announced the ceasefire with Iran. Stock market, I just heard on the news. Now, I'll have to fact check this for myself. But I heard this on the news that stock market is now back at an all-time high, and the Dems are crying and lying and saying the economy is doing good. Doing bad. The economy is doing good. I'm stuttering, I'm messing up my speech like Joe Biden, but I promise. The economy is doing good. Gas prices are down. I really appreciate you, Dr. Luke. Much appreciated. And the funny thing is, Trump got you, all of you Democrats, to call him king on his birthday. On his birthday, you called him king. Trump won the election. He's winning the American economy. He has over 53% support in recent polling. I'm trying to think of the word for it. 53% approval rating. 53% approval rating. Brains loading slower than Joe Biden's today. Sorry, guys. Much appreciated for the super chats, Dr. Luke. Hope you're having a blessed hump day, a Wednesday. Someone asked, Dr. Luke, hope you are well protected. These liberals, these crazy Dems and liberals are getting crazier. Yup. But the thing is, we're not scared about the liberals. We're not scared about the Dems. We don't care if you scream in our ear that you don't like us. We don't care. We don't care about trolling libs or leftists, whatever you want to call them. Shout out India. It doesn't matter if you guys scream in our ears and say, boo, Trump, cry and cry and cry. We don't care about that. We don't care about that. We have the guns. We have the protection. We have the big trucks. We have everything that we need to fight against you guys. Good, stand up for yourself, bud. I always stand up for myself. These libs are losing. Hit the like and subscribe button. Once again, shout out to Dr. Luke. Very intelligent man right there. Damn right, we have the guns and the trucks. The liberals don't have the guns and they don't have the trucks. I liked and subscribed. Thank you for being brave. Well, I appreciate you recognizing that I'm being brave because I literally get death threats doing this. I'm just a small YouTube content creator. Yes, I get death threats pretty much daily from people on Discord, people on the YouTube chats, people all around the world. They threaten me and they say we're going to kill you because you support Trump. Well, I'm not going to stand down. I don't care if you threaten my life. You know how many times I've had my life threatened in person? I don't care about the damn internet. And I defended my ground and stand my ground every single time. My opinions are not for sale. I do support Trump as president, but I don't think he's perfect. No politician is perfect. They all lie, but Trump was the best man for the job. Now, I don't know if people lie on purpose or they just don't know the facts sometimes. That's all up for debate. But I will not stop being brave and speaking my mind. No amount of dumb comments, no amount of death threats, no amount of stupidity will make me stop. There's nothing that can make me stop. You can't make me change my opinion for money. It's simple as that. I don't care if someone offers me $1 million to start hating on Trump. I'm going to say no. Sorry, sir. It's not for sale. The only way I'll change my opinions on Trump is if he does something really terribly bad. And so far, for the majority of the stuff, I agree with it. Now, I can always think differently if there's something the Democrats want to show me or something the liberals want to show me with concrete evidence. Maybe you can change my opinion there, but I'm not going to change my opinions for money. Everyone makes mistakes. Bill Clinton cheated on his wife too. The Democrats never brought that up once. Oh, fuck no. No Newsom. No Newsom. I'd rather goddamn Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, or Harris. Not fucking Newsom. For fuck's sake. New scum. Can you give me an example of a deal breaker? Yeah, if he drafts people into World War III and sends troops into Iran, that's a deal breaker. More bullshit lies about, oh, blah, blah, blah. Trump killed my grandma. Bull fucking shit. The story isn't even real. You know how many times I heard these fake bullshit stories with no concrete evidence? No one's dying. From what? If you guys have any requests or anything you want me to talk about in specific, you got to drop a super chat. Do you understand? If you want me to talk about and discuss something for 5-10 minutes, here's a super chat. Dr. Luke, Trump has undone 50 years of destructions from sellout leaders. That's why I like him. Absolutely. Me and Trump are the same in that way. That's another reason I like Trump, because he's not a sellout. You can't change his opinions for money. Trump has undone 50 years of destruction from sellout leaders. Barack Obama, he came in office, wasn't even worth $1 million. Leaves office, that man is worth like $80 million now. You're telling me he's not a sellout? Biden joined office, was not very wealthy, but it became extremely, extremely wealthy after his presidency. Trump sells his own merchandise and his own products. He doesn't need to sell his opinions for money. He makes plenty of money off his brand. He makes plenty of money off of his brand. Someone said, Dr. Luke is my favorite person after Trump and Vance. I don't even see what Eric said. I'm getting a lot of comments. Carter was not a good president, but he was a good man. Carter was a good man. He was a good person, but he was not a good president. The chat is going very fast. That's exactly why you got to drop a super chat. If you want me to read something, or if you want me to talk and discuss about something, you got to drop a super chat. Even this Democrat agrees Trump does enough business on his own. He doesn't need to take money from politicians. Someone said Trump did an excellent job with the Iran-Israel situation. And if you disagree with that, if you want me to talk about that, debate that, drop a super chat and tell me why. And we can debate and talk about it. Carter was a joke. I agree. Putting tariffs on Chinese products is not a deal breaker. Also, something interesting. Do you guys want me to get the Trump phone? I think it would be a really good content creator, you know. I could make lots of videos with the phone. I could show it on live stream. The Democrats would cry about it. They'd say, you got the Trump phone, you got the Trump phone. They would cry so hard if I got the Trump phone. I'm really considering getting the Trump phone because I know how angry the Democrats would be about it. Legitimately. Let me take off my phone case because it's getting hot. So hold on, guys. Shaky video incoming. Okay, there we go. A Trump phone? Can I call my president and thank him? Yeah, really. There should be an option for it. Also, I'm working on a better setup for this podcast, this live stream, whatever you want to call it. This show, I'm going to be getting some, tripod equipment, some other equipment, because I'm traveling around the world right now to different places. So I definitely need some more equipment to help me with the production quality of everything. I'll be getting I have some microphones too. I just got to set those up. But yeah, I'm going to be working on the overall quality of this live stream podcast, whatever you want to call it. You can laugh, but we did about 100,000 views on Saturday, so I know it's not about Republican versus Democrat, but we can't pretend and sit here and pretend a lot of leftists don't attack people because of their hat. I vote based on policy. If I saw a Democrat with the same policies and the same stuff that Trump has, I would vote for them. Trump 2028. MAGA. We got a super chat here from Dr. Luke. Dems make Republicans walk away. Boys eventually become men. That is right. Lots of Democrats have actually been turning into Republicans just because of this whole situation. Tom Pepin himself said he was a Democrat some years ago. But this whole situation with these Democrats constantly selling out, they're complaining about Trump. You know how many wars Biden and Obama did? That's exactly the kind of stuff that makes Dems walk away and become men by becoming Republicans. I absolutely agree with your comments, Dr. Luke. Dems make great Republicans. Walk away. Boys eventually become men. Trump was a Democrat. Elon Musk was a Democrat. Now, I know what you're going to say. Oh, Trump and Elon fighting. They're smoothing this situation out slowly by slowly. Elon has apologized. Trump said he would be down for more conversations with them. Yada, yada, yada. RFK Jr. was a Democrat. Now he's working with a Republican conservative administration. Who's Peter? Peter Griffin? I think we all start as Democrats until we figure out how stupid they are. That's actually right. Even I once was a Democrat. I wanted Obama back then. Now, looking back at it, the only thing that I like about Obama is deporter-in-chief. Deported 3 million illegal immigrants. The number one deportations in America. But I don't agree with him putting kids in cages either, like animals. But the Democrats sure loved him. If you guys have any topics or any discussions you want me to talk about, drop a super chat. Would be much appreciated. I heard Dr. Luke has 2 doctorates. Dr. Luke is his real name. Maybe. He seems pretty intelligent to me. He might have 2 doctorates. He might have 2 PhDs. Who's Silk Willie? Can you remind me who Silk Willie is? Maybe it's because I'm part of the younger generation. I don't know who you're referring to. Obama was very smart and well-spoken, but I didn't agree with lots of his policies. Well, he was well-spoken. He was a slick talker, but he is from Chicago, so what can you blame him for? Clinton. Oh yeah, Clinton and his affair situation. They don't talk about Bill Clinton and his affairs. They just say, oh, Trump made a mistake. His pregnant wife, he slept with someone. People make mistakes. That's exactly why I say I don't agree with everything. Silky Willie is Bill Clinton. Yes, I got that. So triggered by a hat. Absolutely. Chicago is a great town. Check out their food and their aquarium. Shout out Chicago. Are you from there, Ronald? I'm curious, where is Dr. Luke from? What city or what state? Everyone has different opinions. Let the opinions be differ. This hat makes my hair stick up a little bit. What rest of the options? There is two main competitors in the primary election of 2024. You must be trolling. The Democrats are hating in chat. This is exactly why people more and more are saying the Democrats are evil people, spreading nothing but hate. Hate and misfortune is what the Democrats spread. Elon Musk was not on the ballot. You guys are such trolls. We should have not got involved in this war. Note, I didn't like things Trump did, but this was a bad choice. I was thinking the same thing at first. I'm kind of thinking about it, questioning it, but I think taking these nuclear facilities out was definitely a good decision. So far, it hasn't escalated too badly, honestly. Trump became a better Christian the more the left attacked him. Yes, Trump became a better Christian the more the left attacked him. And also, I think when they try to kill Trump, that Democrat, that leftist, that liberal leftist that try to shoot Trump, thank God liberals don't know how to shoot guns because they missed. And Trump became a very, very much stronger Christian after that assassination attempt. I truly believe this. The furnace of the hardship hardens us all. I'm here in Wisconsin. Shout out Wisconsin. My grandpa is from Wisconsin. Great place. How's the summer weather in Wisconsin? And yeah, the death attempts on Trump, I think, made him a stronger person and closer to God. 100%. You can definitely notice he's a lot closer to God than he was in his first administration. Ronald, I know you don't care about religion because you worship the devil, but some people actually care about religion. And some people actually believe in Christ. God bless Poland. Shout out Poland. Thank you for watching. Very humid here. Yeah, I think it's humid everywhere, but doesn't Wisconsin get quite cold? I mean, yeah, it does get quite cold. You guys have skiing and stuff there. I'm from Florida originally, so we don't have any of that, but it's even more humid in Florida. You want me to debate about God now? I'm not going to debate you about God. Someone else in chat can do that for you. Hello, Sam. Welcome in chat. We Iranians aren't happy about the peace. This is the Iranian man that we had on the show yesterday talking about the conflict in the Middle East. They want to overthrow the regime, but I have a whole episode about that with Sam if you guys want to go check that out. Or if you want to ask Sam any questions, you can drop it in chat or drop it in super chat. I'll read it out loud and, we can ask Sam here. I'm sure the president alone didn't make this decision. I'm sure it was discussed with a lot of the cabinet. Absolutely. The Democrats really hate Trump and they really hate God, don't they? That's really sad to see, honestly. The demon rats. Any other interesting questions or comments? Does anyone want to drop another super chat? We can talk about something, discuss something. What's not true? What's not true now? All the Democrats say is lie, 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 with no evidence of their own. Obviously, we won. All these long paragraph comments. I'm not reading that unless you drop a super chat. All it is hate filled after the first sentence, I can tell. Oh, look, it's like the real US election. 53% for Trump, 47% for Harris, just like in the real United States election. We won. Iran is scared. Absolutely, I agree with you there. If you guys have any comments, topics, or news clips, or anything you want me to show you on the computer or online, let me know. Drop a super chat. I don't think he is damaging the Middle East. I'm from the UK. I can see from what radical Islam is doing, but it's scary times that it all could erupt at any moment. It's rather fragile, isn't it? I agree. Super chats take priority over all other comments. That's exactly why. There's a lot of comments. If I just read them, that would take hours and hours and hours on end. I'll read the good comments that I see. I'll read the great comments I see, but if you have something you really want me to say out loud, or if you have any requests that you really want me to do, you gotta drop a super chat, friend. Smash the like and subscribe button though, guys. The crying about Trump say he never went to church. We all know the videos of him if they watched anything other than MSNBC. Absolutely. They don't watch anything else other than that. Let's see. The real sheeps are the atheistic government worshippers. I'm not a government worshiper and I'm not atheist. So I 100% agree with you. The people that are atheists, Dr. Luke, like some of these comment people and these government worshippers, are the real sheep. I couldn't agree more, my friend. Couldn't agree more. You're on point with everything you say. I haven't disagreed with you about anything so far. Welcome, Linda. I think I remember you. Do I believe Trump should have a third term? Well, that's a really interesting question. Currently, I believe that Trump should have a third term. But I like to see how things go because, like I said, if he makes a really bad mistake or if World War III happens, then no, I don't want to see him as a third term. But for right now, I think he's doing a great job. I would love to see him continue. Maybe into a third term. Hit the like and subscribe button. And don't forget to drop super chats. FDR ran for 4 terms. He was elected 4 times. Then there was a new amendment in the Constitution. But amendments have been amended before, as you would say, possibly. Like prohibition, that was an amendment. No more alcohol for the United States citizens. Then another amendment came and canceled that out. Hello, Sam. Grunk. Well, it was Groke, but yeah. If you want to call him Grunk now, that's fine. He accepted that name happily and gladly on stream the other day. If you want me to search something up, I'm happy to do it, but please drop a super chat. No, drop a super chat if there's something specific you want me to show you on the computer or any specific requests. I have people that disagree with me on the stream all the time, but they're not really too civil. I mean, the last one I had was last week. The guy was all right. He was pretty good. He was pretty civil. I give him a good rating, but at the end of the day, the viewers didn't really like it too much. But I'll have more people on my show all the time. If you want to be on my show, if you want to debate me live, let's do it. Join my Discord. Slap that like and subscribe button, guys. Go clean those guns. Have a good day. Super pro Second Amendment. Why can't we have love instead of hating? I don't know. Ask the Democrats in the comments section. I love how the Dems try bringing up the Constitution for the people. There are no rules. Rules are bad, question mark. Matthew, I'm still in the same place as yesterday. How do you do? I'm good. How are you? Hit the like and subscribe button if you're new to the channel, my friend. Let's get some comments. Should we start some new videos? What should we watch? Some news? Gonna be another hot day in the USA, everyone. Stay hydrated, y'all. No heart stroke. Yes, sir, I am traveling. What did Dr. Luke say? Broke people are angry at everything. I was broke too until my creator control. Jesus is the most generous. Absolutely. Jesus Christ is the most generous. All you got to do is pray and believe in God. And broke people are angry at everything. It's 100% true. They're especially angry at the internet. But if you're broke, my advice is not to be scrolling on the internet 24/7 leaving hate comments, especially if you're a broke Democrat. Leaving hate comments 24/7 is not going to get you anywhere. And if you have no money, you got bigger things to worry about than spreading hate online or messaging people that you don't like or dumb shit like that. I 100% agree. It's so true. Broke people are angry at everything. They love to call you names. A person that was doing well in life, that was happy with their life, would never in a million years spread hate online. I personally know this. If you have a good life, if you have money, if everything is going perfectly, it doesn't matter if you disagree with somebody. You're not going to go online and say, F you, you're a douchebag, you're a dickhead, fuck you, die. You're not going to say that to somebody if you're doing well, you're making money, your life is successful, your life is exactly where you want it to be. You're not going to go online and spread hate. But these people don't believe in God. They don't believe in Jesus. They worship the devil. They worship the government. They're sheep. They can't think for themselves. They can't pray. They don't believe in God. And then they complain and spread hate. And it's a repeating cycle, constantly, a repeating cycle. I don't spread hate about Democrats. Sometimes I'll say stuff like most leftists and most liberals are saying this. Well, that's not spreading hate. That's just the truth of what the majority of them are saying. Spreading hate definitely makes you a bad person, in my opinion. That's right, Peter. Most, in quotations. Well, if you saw the super chat, Andrew, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. He left the super chat, and both things were correlating. So, yes, I thought it was a good time to bring that up. Where are you based? Well, I'm originally from Southwest Florida, but I'm out of the States right now. I'm in Eastern Europe. We have 90s trolls right now. Yes, there's lots of good broke people that are humble, this or that, but it's easy to be humble when you have nothing. It's harder to be humble when you're making money and being successful. Would you agree with me or not? It's so easy to be humble when you're broke and you're struggling and not making much money. But when you're successful and you're making a lot of money, it's way harder to be humble. You have way more things to talk about, way more things to brag about. It's just facts. Eastern Europe or Russia? No, I'm not in Russia. Yes, there are people with money that are miserable. Diddycrats only bringing up the Constitution when it suits them. Czech Republic? No, I'm not there. But I want to go to Czech Republic very soon. Why do Americans believe this is a holy war? Because of the Bible? Maybe? But that's an interesting question. That's right, darling. Serbski. I'm not in Serbia, though. Israel and Iran is a holy war, in my opinion. Interesting. Possibly. I'm not here to say it's not. It's always been a holy war since the beginning. Possibly. I mean, look at the Crusades. True. Thank you, brother. We'll stay good to each other. Peace out, zero tolerance. Evan commented, as a Muslim, I can 100% confirm this is not a holy war because the Jews and Israel are not following the Torah. Very interesting comment. Drop a super chat. He will pimp me out for a $500 super chat. Someone drop a big old super chat if you guys have any questions or comments, or if you want the legendary Eric, the truck driver, to pimp me out. Drop a $500 super chat. Many Jewish people do not support Bibi, aka Benjamin Netanyahu, Bibi, or whatever you call him. I think they call him Bibi. That's what some of the comments were telling me yesterday. Bibi. But I think Bibi is a funnier name. Super chats are much appreciated. If you want to support the channel, it's wonderful. And I never said I was doing well. I'm just pointing out the obvious. But it doesn't sound like you want to drop a super chat anyway. It's okay. And because if you drop a super chat, we'll have a discussion and a debate about whatever you want to talk about. That's why. Kamala Harris made it to the White House from under Willie's desk. Bibi was elected. Mitchell, thousands of people care. How many people care about what you have to say? 2? I voted Trump but got Bibi. Trump has been openly against Bibi, condemning him yesterday, so I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I am not racist, my friend. I've had people from all religions, races, ethnicities, all kinds of different backgrounds on my channel. I love all people. I'm not racist. That's crazy. That's a hilarious comment. You want me to read it out loud? Because I completely disagree with you. But once again, I appreciate your super chats. But this guy said, oh, you need to get over your humiliation fetish. Go do something, Baguette. Well, whatever. You need to get over your Trump fetish and go do something about getting your next ALC elected. But much appreciated for the super chat, brother. You're the best, bro. Don't listen to anybody. Much appreciated. I don't listen to anybody. But this guy is my biggest op. Only man that's willing to drop money on me to insult me. I love it. People just need to learn how to have a discussion. Are you French or something? Why do you keep saying that word? Come find me. I'm not scared, Harry. This is only the 1,000th death threat I got this week. And it's always worth it. I'll never stop fighting for what I believe in. My opinions will never be for sale. Death threats and threats will never make me back down. Nothing can make me stop. You can put a gun to my head. I'm not going to stop. I promise you. How can a hat be racist? Great question. You really triggered the Karens. Yeah, I'm pretty good at that, I guess. You want me to put a poll up if people seem to be more attracted to Trump as a leader? Ceiling check. There you go. Hit the like and subscribe button, guys. Drop some super chats if there's anything you want me to talk about, discuss. Oh, here's another one. If you want me to say that, you know I'll say that. I'll donate 20 if you say I'm a giant baguette. Well, you gotta drop 20 because you already know I'm gonna do it. I've taken every single super chat request in this entire live stream. So of course I'll read it out loud. I'll say with that whatever you want me to say. Sure, just drop 20. Easily, no doubt I'll do it. I've never broken a single person's trust in a super chat. What the hell? I'm not doing all that. I'm a baguette. Sure. But I don't like baguettes. I don't really like French food either. It's kind of gross. But much appreciated for the super chat. I'm a giant baguette. There you go. But I really don't like baguettes. They're like really hard bread. They're kind of disgusting. French food is weird. I'm sorry if we got any French viewers in here. Wine at least? French wine is alright, sure. This guy is weird. I love that comment, yeah. Well, $20 is $20. Trump is the GOAT. Every president lies. What did he say now? You're not humiliating me. You're not humiliating me. I've heard better insults from third graders. It's a poor attempt at insulting me. I wish you could try a little bit harder. This guy has a humiliation fetish. He thinks he's humiliating me. I think it's hilarious. It's very entertaining, actually. You're my biggest hater. I appreciate it. I just told you every single president lies. I'll do 300 to 400 push-ups. All you guys got to do is drop a $20. $300 to $400 push-ups. I almost said dollars. 300 to 400 push-ups. Drop $20. Right now, I'll do it live on stream. Yes way. 300 to 400 push-ups. Drop $20 right now. Crypto money machine. You got money, crypto money machine? Well, I appreciate all your super chats. Making fun of you is worth every penny. This is what people with money do for fun. If you go get a job, you might figure it out. Well, that's really funny that you say that, because if you had money, you'd be dropping a little bit more than $5. No offense. If you have so much money, drop $100. You won't. You don't got money like that. People with money can drop $100 easily. That would really humiliate me, honestly. If you actually had money and you could drop $100, I would admit it. You humiliated me pretty badly at that point, if you could. But I kind of doubt it. I don't see you dropping $100. You claim you have money, you think you have money, but I don't think you could drop $100. Because that would legitimately humiliate me and my entire channel. I would admit it. If you have any requests you want me to read out loud or any insults you want me to read, I would read it too. Anything you want. But I don't think you got $100 to drop like that. I'm just being real. I've had people drop that much before, and you ain't one of them. You don't got money like the people that dropped 100 before. The people that dropped 100 really got money like that. He said he has so much money and he can humiliate me. People are calling you broke in the chats. $5 is funny. JPO is broke. That's what they're saying in the comments. You're going to let them humiliate you like that? Or are you going to show them and humiliate everybody in the chat and humiliate me? I just don't think you got money like that. You claim you got money. Let's see it. Comments never lie. That's right. He's the one that says he got some money. He got so much money. Everyone let him know, if you got so much money, why don't you drop 100 right now? I don't see it happening. You don't got money like that. They're saying you're broke on your mama's couch. That's what the comments are saying. Sure, we can get back to the point now. What's the point? I don't think he's going to drop it. You can't humiliate me with $5. Crypto money machine. What point do you want to get back to? What did he drop? Let's see, $2. Oh, sure, I'll say that for $100. But you don't got $100. Come on now, stop trolling. I'll say it for 100. They're telling you to put the fries in the bag. They're saying you don't got 100, but let's see. I'll read your comment. I'll say the whole fruitcake thing, whatever you want me to say. The day it. You gotta drop the super chat if you want me to say it. This guy's trying to prove a point, but won't even drop it. I'm waiting for you to drop it. You got to drop the super chat first. Just like you did the other 4 times. You dropped the super chat first, and then I said it. You can't bait me into doing it if you don't even got the money. Not for $2 at least. Not for $2. Gotta try a little bit harder. Trump is the GOAT. Donald J. Trump. Well, for 100 rubies, I can take other requests and comments, but not that. $100 USD. JPO is broke. He don't even got $100 like he claims he does. He's embarrassing himself, acting like he would drop 100 and doesn't even got it to drop. What's my favorite country I've traveled to and why? Interesting question. I really like Montenegro. They're saying JPO is in his mom's basement. JPO dropped his kid's milk money. I'm starting to think so, man. I thought he had the 100 to drop. He promised it, but he wouldn't drop it. And I would say the big fruitcake thing, but he doesn't even want to drop a request. He doesn't want to drop the hundo. Why is everyone spamming free Diddy? Hell no, don't free Diddy. Switzerland is beautiful too, honestly. Yeah, let's take that back. I think Switzerland was my favorite. I'm honestly wondering if these are bots. We got 10 comments that say free Diddy. Stocks are up. They're actually at all-time highs right now. Gas has actually dropped since. Diddycrats are for Diddy. Level-headed Americans aren't. In Iran, homosexuality is criminalized and considered a serious offense under Islamic law. Same-sex relations can lead to severe penalties, such as being thrown off the building or death. All these troll comments. We got a bot in here. This guy paid for a bot or something. I don't believe free Diddy in chat. You can spam free Diddy all you want. That helps the algorithm. In Iran, they teach homosexuals to fly. That's damn right. Listen, JPO, I know that you don't have as much money as you claim. This is my last offer to you. $50. Say whatever you want, any requests. You probably left because you got embarrassed yourself. You were trying to embarrass me, but you didn't even have the hundo to try to embarrass me. So we'll lower the price one last time for you. $50, JPO, $50. Listen to how stupid my claims are. You went to Montenegro. How was it? Did you like it? I have lots of streams where I go outside, Christine. I might do a stream outside later today. Spam still counts as activity. That's right. JPO fled the scene of the crime. I think that's right. Man didn't even have 50. Man didn't even have 50 bucks. He claimed he was so rich he couldn't even drop 50 bucks. His max was 20. So I think we proved his point. I think we proved the point here. Ask a question. Who won? Iran or US? I'll show you guys later because after this stream I'm going to make lunch. Free Diddy, free Diddy, free Diddy. All these bots, we're getting invaded right now by free Diddy bots. Someone said JPO has to go clock back in from his lunch break at McDonald's. Okay, that is damn freaking hilarious. I'm pinning that. Free Diddy, free Diddy. All these bullshit comments. Free Diddy does not bother me. Free whoever you want, but if he gets found guilty, you're going to look stupid. Did Zelensky show up in a suit? He must have known Trump was pissed off. Lock up Diddy. Absolutely. That man has plenty of evidence. Okay, now these are definitely spam accounts. I guarantee you it's the JPO guy. He bought some spam accounts or bot accounts to come in. Cool for you, JPO. You could have used that money for something a little bit better, like your request, but you didn't have the hundreds, so you had to buy some Diddy bots. Diddy bots are only $2. I even lowered the price to $50 for you, JPO. You couldn't afford it. You just had to go and buy some Diddy bots for $2. And it's pretty hilarious at best. Moderator, can we kick some of these free Diddy people out of here? Please work on that. Both of you guys, please work. Every single person say freeing Diddy. We got these moderators on lock. We got two good homies right here that will kick out every single person saying free Diddy. So it's fine with me. MAGA. MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. Yeah, this is undoubtedly a bot attack. Wow, man. Thanks for rating my channel. Much appreciated. Hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know where you guys are coming from. Thank you for the bots, JPO. Much appreciated. The moderators are working on overtime. I love it, guys. I love it. Moderators working on overtime. Well, Harris lost. We just have lots of Harris supporters in here. It's crazy. He really bought the $2 Diddy bot. JPO bought the $2 Diddy bot when he got embarrassed because he didn't have $100. Now you're really looking bad. I'm telling the viewers what really happened. He didn't have the $100 to troll me or to try to embarrass me, so he bought Diddy bots for $2. Diddy bots are cheap as shit. The only one that you're embarrassing is yourself, JPO. I know you're watching. You're poor. You're poor, JPO. You didn't even have $50 or $100 to donate. The best you could do is 20. Actually, I know how I can get these guys out of here. I completely forgot. I can just filter the chat. Let me filter the chat. Hold on, guys. Let's filter the chat. I'm going to put a blocked word. There we go. Blocked words. I think it worked. Did it work? Of course I have to filter. I'm being attacked by freaking JPO because he doesn't have any money. We won. We won the war. Thank you, Steve. Yeah, it worked. Now they can't comment free Diddy anymore. So once again, JPO, you didn't have the $100 to donate. You didn't have about $50 to donate. And the only thing you could afford was $2 Diddy bots. JPO is broke. Idiots gotta troll. Thank goodness you did that. JPO is this broke troll that just likes to troll. I'm sure he's going to start in 2 more seconds with something else. He just has to load his credit card up again so he can pay for more Diddy bots. That's because for 4 straight minutes, Diddy bots were attacking. JPO clocked back into work at McDonald's. I'm not saying it's something to be ashamed of, Anthony. It's fine to be poor. It's fine to be of all different classes. You don't have to be a millionaire. You can be a poor guy just watching me, appreciating my channel. But when you come on, you say you're humiliating me because you got so much money. You're humiliating me because you got so much money, and then you can't even drop $50. You just got to pay for some Diddy bots to spam the chat. Free Diddy, free Diddy, free Diddy. Well, guess what? Your bots are gone. The $2 you paid wasn't worth it. You wasted your money. Welcome, Podliner. I hope you liked and subscribed to the channel. You just missed the raid. You just missed the raid. But if you act like you're rich and you work at McDonald's, it's on you. I 100% agree. Yo, Dawson Law Force. I think I remember your name. Do I know you personally? Are you that guy from Fort Myers Beach? Welcome, Dawson. Welcome. I think I remember. You're like a firefighter in Fort Myers or something, and you live on Fort Myers Beach. But I don't know how you found my channel. How did you find my channel, buddy? That's amazing. A guy from Fort Myers. I didn't even show you my channel. Are people sending it around, or did you just were scrolling? We got another person. Fort Myers Beach, Florida. You know that guy, Brian. Brian Glover? Brian Glover showed you my channel? And you were just scrolling and you seen me. I'm curious. Are you a Trump supporter? I imagine so. Welcome in, Dawson. How you doing, man? How's life treating you? And if you speak to Brian Glovers, tell him I said hi. What's up? Yeah, we got plenty of trolls in here. The live stream just got raided. Like, this guy paid money for hundreds of bots to come in and spam free Diddy, free Diddy, free Diddy. I was like, what the hell, bro? Chill the fuck out. I had to ban the word free Diddy in the chat because they wouldn't stop. Red hat all the way. Thank you. I think Trump is doing a great job. There's only a couple things I disagree with. I mean, the big, beautiful bill is great, but I don't want Palantir spying on us. But Edward Snowden already exposed that the government was spying on us for like 15 years now, and probably longer than that. Dawson got some important points coming. I'm sure of it. I'm sure. Well, have a great day, man. Are you still a firefighter? I would like to know about that, honestly. When I saw you on your Instagram page a few times, I was curious about your firefighting or what you're up to. America is great. A McDonald's employee earns $9 an hour. In Denmark, it's 22 plus paid holidays, sick days, first day, and mandatory health care. I mean, it depends what state and city you're in, to be honest, John. Some McDonald's workers make like 20 an hour, but that's like in California and stuff like that. This guy said, you didn't wear that hat in Albania. I know you didn't because you'd be dead there. Bro, Albania isn't some shoot and killing place. What do you know about Albania? Also, Dawson, I hope you hit the like and subscribe button. We need to stream one of these updates of the conflicts. Thanks. Can we stream the Young Turks or Richard Medhurst? I grew up in Yugoslavia. They all have guns. Well, they're not anti-Trumpers. A lot of them have guns. I wouldn't say they have as much guns as the United States, but yeah, a lot of them have guns. But they're not out here shooting people down over politics. That's not how the people of Yugoslavia work. They've never been known for that. They've never been known to shoot people down just because of different political opinions. That's not how Slavic Yugoslavia people work, especially Albanians. They have bigger things to deal with than a guy wearing a Trump hat. They're not going to shoot me because of a Trump hat. Now, if you go down to a red state like some cities in Florida, if you wear a Harris hat, they might shoot your hat off your head. I'm just being honest here. I heard they have good yogurt in Yugoslavia. Yeah, they have pretty good yogurt. Okay, you want me to play Young Turks? I've never heard of Young Turks, so let me look this up on my computer and let me see what Young Turks is. Let's go! Send the super chat, guys. Much appreciated.
Every day, the Young Turks.
Young Turks is an online news show. What is Young Turks? I've never heard of this before. I thought it was something to do with Turkey, to be honest. I got so many Turkish friends. I was just wondering. Joe Rogan has harsh words for Trump. Really? You didn't know Young Turks? No, I didn't. True, I have one. Worry about you, I'll worry about me. What should I watch on Young Turks? Trump's epic meltdown, or should I watch Joe Rogan's harsh words for Trump? I'm kind of interested in that.
Bro, these ice raids are nuts, man.
Come on, Rogan. Don't be criticizing the ICE raids. We need to get the illegals out of here, buddy.
This protest on television, it's like...
The raids are nuts. The
protests are taking it a little too hard.
I've played Trump's epic meltdown so many times today on this stream.
If the Trump administration, if they're running and they said, we're going to go to Home Depot and we're going to arrest all the people at Home Depot, we're going to go to construction sites and we're going to just like tackle people at construction sites. I don't think anybody would sign up for that. They said, we're going to get rid of the criminals and the gang members first.
Come on, Rogan. Don't do us like that. Don't do us like that, Rogan. You know we got to get the illegals out of the country. Don't pretend like you're still the old liberal leftist Rogan. We know you're not the same. The Democrats know you're not the same. Why are you trying to grift? Why are you trying to grift? I'll use the Democrats' own words. Why are you trying to grift on us? Honestly, I don't see how the Young Turks have so many followers, but good for them. Good for them. 6 million subscribers for a conservative news network. Hello, welcome in. Try Richard Medhurst. Okay, we'll try Richard Medhurst. I've never heard of this guy either. Richard Medhurst. Don't worry, guys. I'm getting a tripod soon. I'm going to be upgrading the equipment for the show since we're doing relatively well on these streams.
And we're live.
Joe taking money. Let money rot his brain. I mean, yeah, he kind of sold out his podcast for $100 million, but if I had a show and Spotify wanted to buy it for $100 million, I'll be honest, I got to take that $100 million. $100 million? If someone offered me $1 million to change my opinions about politics or change, certain things, I would probably tell them no. But if they said, "Can we buy your show? You can produce all the same content, everything you do now, but for $100 million, we'll take ownership of it." I'll say, "All right, $100 million, I'm out of here. Give me that $100 million, please." It honestly might have been more than $100 million. I think it was $100 million cash and $100 million in stock of Spotify stock. So I think it was $200 million total in value. Oof! Iran hits Israeli hospital 9 hours ago.
Today, on June 19th, the Iranians struck a hospital, and this comes actually 3 days after the Israelis struck a hospital in Iran. But I want to show you the contrast in the reaction from the mainstream media, the Israelis' reaction, and so on. So I'll play a few clips from the Israelis themselves and what they're saying.
This morning.
Thank you. I try to do God's work. Smash that like and subscribe button.
This hospital serves over 1 million Israelis, including Bedouins, Jews, Christians, and Arabs alike. Iran targeting civilian centers with ballistic missiles is no surprise for us. They have been openly declaring their desire to destroy the state of Israel for decades now. These aren't just words. Over the past 6 days, Iran has launched over 450 ballistic missiles and hundreds of UAVs. This is exactly why we cannot and we will not allow this regime to obtain nuclear weapons or expand its missile arsenal. And so, we continue our operation.
Sorry to pause this, but this is absolutely an amazing comment. Do explain why the entire Democrat Party was against illegal immigration from 1960 to 2012. It's because they were the party of the working class. That is right. Barack Obama, 3 million deportations of illegal immigrants. And let's not forget, I don't agree with this, but Barack Obama put kids in cages like dogs. I don't think we should deport illegal immigrants to other countries. That's my opinion. They should go back to the country they came from.
Striking Iranian nuclear weapons facilities, missile launches, and military sites. Iran targets civilians. We target an existential threat that endangers global security. And we will prevail. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of laying it on a bit thick, don't you think? This whole, they're an existential, imminent threat, blah, blah, blah. He pulled out the whole neocon vocabulary. Listen, if that's your criteria, that bombing a hospital makes you an imminent global threat and you need to be handled or dealt with, well, by your own logic then, when Israel has, shall I read the list of hospitals? How many hospitals have they taken out in Gaza? Christ, it was a long list. I don't know if we'll even find it now. But I think it's 94% of the hospitals or something like that. I have it here. So, the Ahli Hospital, Indonesian Hospital, European Hospital, Shifa Hospital, all of them. I mean, they've left literally, they're not just attacked the hospitals, they kidnapped medical staff and even raped some of them to death, like Dr. Adnan Bush. So, if that is the criteria, and I mean, yeah, it's a fair enough assessment, I suppose. Targeting hospitals is kind of messed up. But he's trying to link that with, I mean, look, let me put this another way. If you spent the last year and a half bombing hospitals and murdering medical staff and raping them to death, it's going to be a bit difficult to garner sympathy, even if someone actually struck your hospitals on purpose. And I don't know if that's the case. And remember that with Gaza, they always said, well, there's a facility underground, or Hamas are used.
Okay, he has a strong Arabic accent. I'm wondering where he's from exactly. Also, hit the like and subscribe button. If you guys want to drop me any more super chats, I'll keep this going. Otherwise, I think I'm going to wrap this up. Family values. No homosexuality and transgenderism in kids' shows. I'm sorry to say it for all you LGBTQ people out there, but it's my own personal opinion. I have nothing wrong with the gay community. They can do whatever they want. Freedom of expression, do whatever you want, but I don't think You should be pushing it down kids' throats, and also no men and women sports. Simple as that. We should have an expansive guest worker program and a reliable path to citizenship. Yes, but not for all the illegals that entered illegally. They should be deported. They broke the law. They shouldn't be rewarded to gain citizenship quickly. You shouldn't be rewarded to gain citizenship quickly. Like, they broke the law. Some people are waiting years and years and years in line, like 3 or 5 years. And then these illegals just come in, they skip the entire line, and then they think they should be rewarded with quick citizenship. It doesn't make any sense. Am I right, Dr. Luke? Am I right, Rain? I think I'm right. Am I right, Connor Gray? I think so. So true. People paid tens of thousands of dollars, waited 5 years or more in line, and you just want an illegal that ran over the border to get citizenship. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I'll continue for a few more minutes if anyone wants to drop a super chat and wants me to discuss and talk about my immigration views and about the United States immigration views, but you guys got to drop me a super chat. Dr. Luke agrees in spirit. Absolutely, he does. What's your take on environmental protection? That's a long listed topic. I do believe in environmental protection, but, we got to put limits to everything. Migrant workers can get a work permit for the United States in 45 days. Hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know where you guys are coming from. If you guys want to drop a super chat, we'll continue with this immigration topic, or we can talk about any kind of topic you guys want to discuss or talk about. If not, I think I'm going to wrap up here in maybe 5 minutes or less. Who has been deported for having a JD Vance meme? That's just fake. Come on now. I don't know everything about environmental protections, but I do believe in protecting the environment. Dolly Mullet, you're really obsessed with my channel. Here's an interesting comment. Do I think the strikes on Iran were throwing American first out the window? How do you feel about joining the war? Well, first off, there's been no declaration of war. Second off, yes, I do think that, bombing another country or nuking them is, completely against America first, obviously. Common sense. Does anyone want to drop a super chat? We'll keep this conversation going about either environmental protections or immigration law or anything. Just drop me a super chat. Let me know if you want me to keep the conversation going, if you have any questions, anything you want to debate about, anything you want to talk about. Just drop me a super chat. Much appreciated, guys. Let me know where you guys are coming from. Inside the United States, outside the United States, what city, what state, what country. My credentials are my 6,000 subscribers. Toledo, Ohio. Shout out Toledo, Ohio. Thank you for watching. I've gotten lots of super chats so far, and here's another one. Thank you, Luke. Much appreciated. I'm trying to pull it up. Sorry, a lot of comments are flooding. Let me scroll back up. Democrats lose millions of voters when Trump deports the border crossers. Sorry. Democrats lose millions of voters when they deport the border crossers. Absolutely. Some of my family illegally crossed the border, but then they realized they had citizenship through family and other rights, and they realized that they went through the process and they are legal citizens, their family, and that made them legal citizens because they were under 18 when they crossed the border illegally. And now they support Donald J. Trump. They don't believe Mexicans. They're Mexican, yes. I have family members that are Mexican. Now they don't believe that, people should illegally be crossing the border. Thank you, Luke, for dropping the truth bombs. The Democrats are trying to import illegal aliens to vote. 34 illegal aliens are being investigated for voter fraud in 2024 in Texas. Just think about all the other illegal aliens we didn't catch. Think about all the other illegal aliens we didn't catch. Like, just think about that voted in the election. This was just in 2024. We caught 34 in Texas. They're under investigation. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. I love that comment. You guys are jealous for him getting money for something that you consider nothing. How about you actually do something with your lives and build a channel and work hard on building a community? I have a Discord, by the way, a big community. If you guys want to join in there, I updated the bio or the link yesterday. Hit the like and subscribe button if you guys want me to keep going. I'm calling ICE on you. I'm a legal immigrant. Why do Democrats make these dumb jokes saying, oh, I'm calling ICE on you, deport Trump, deport Melania, deport Elon? They only talk about deporting legal people online. They troll online and joke about deporting legal people. I'm serious. I'm not trolling. Let's deport all the illegals. You shouldn't be rewarded for entering the country illegally. If you want a pathway to citizenship, I believe even if there was a fast pathway to citizenship, if you enter the country illegally, you should be forced to leave the country for maybe a month, maybe 3 months, live in your own country, apply, and come back. I don't think you should just be rewarded to stay here and say, oh, you committed a crime, but we're going to let you stay here anyway, and we'll give you some papers, and we'll make you a legal citizen. Hell no. They overstayed their visas or they entered their country illegally. They should not be rewarded for that, just like anywhere else in the world. If I enter Mexico illegally, they're going to deport me. They don't give a damn if I have a blue U.S. passport. They're going to deport me if I enter the country illegally, or if I overstay my visa, they're going to deport me. This is how every country in the world works. I don't think Democrats have traveled much. They don't know how visas and citizenship works around the world. It's everywhere. It's the same. It's nothing new. Let's not forget about Poland that kills the illegal immigrants that try to cross over their border. If someone jumps over the border in Poland, they're getting a buckshot to the back of their brain. That's exactly why they don't have all the illegal immigrant crossings. They basically have none crossing in Poland, and that's all because they militarized their border. They treat it like if you really cross their border, you're an invader, you're trying to hurt them, you're trying to murder them. They treat it like a military apparatus. It's insane. Trump supporters are too smart for MSM. Thank you, brother. I 100% agree. Now, I do agree that the immigration process is a little bit tough. It takes time. It takes a lot of money. But welcome to the world. It takes like that for every single country, unfortunately. Unfortunately, every single thing costs money. Immigration costs money to every single country. Now, this is when the communists and the anarchists come in and start complaining and saying, well, economy. I can't understand how an anarcho-communist or communist would like to live in the United States. They can go live in some other country or some random land in the world where they don't got to pay bills. They can go live in the woods if they don't like the economy, if they don't like making money. They can go live in the woods. If they don't like the economy or if they don't like the situation going on, they can go live in the woods. They can live in some country that's closer to their actual beliefs. Don't be living in a hyper-capitalistic society if you love communism and if you're an anarcho-communism. That just makes no sense. In other countries, you have to prove you're not a criminal in that country you come from to be able to enter. That is right. To stay, to enter, you got to get another visa in any country. To stay there, to work, you got to prove you're not a criminal. The Democrats just can't fathom this. All they know is the United States. They don't think about how other countries operate. They don't think about how other countries operate. It's sad. Thank you, Canada. Thank you, Craig Adams. I'm guessing you're from Canada. Well, the Alien Enemies Act says that they don't need a due process. Now, I haven't fact-checked this, but I've heard from many people, many of my friends, they say only about 25% of the 3 million people that Obama deported had due process. Now, I do know for a fact Obama had a similar process as the Alien Enemies Act to speed up the deportation of illegal aliens in the United States. The Aliens Enemies Act says they don't need a court hearing, an immigration hearing, and that's a fact. That is a fact. Thank you, Carpenter. Thank you. Much appreciated, brother. Should we look up right now how much of Obama's deportations were given due process? Are you guys interested in learning this? Let's see. I'm looking it up now. What did this guy say? Thank you for the super chat. Like grasshoppers, they will become locusts and eat their own. Yup. They'll eat their own if they find out how many deportations Obama did without due process. I'm looking it up right now to fact check for sure to show you guys. Because there's no way you can have the record for deportation of any president in history and give every single one of these people a court hearing. Trump is doing a fantastic job. Absolutely. I am indeed asking AI, but if you want me to ask the sources, it can as well. Oh, holy shit. The numbers were 100% accurate. 100% accurate. Now, here's the sources for this. Snoops.com, ACLU.org, ACLU.org. So here's the facts, guys. For all the Obama-loving, Trump-hating people, during the Obama administration, roughly 75 to 83% of deportations were carried out without a formal immigration hearing or due process. All you Obama lovers, please, all you Democrats, you see that right there? Key points. A 2014 Migration Policy Institute found that in 2012, 75% of deportations were non-judicial removals, meaning the person never saw an immigration judge. So what do you know, Democrats? What do you know? You're hating on the wrong president. You guys didn't bring this up one time under President Obama. You didn't bring up this problem one time under President Obama. You didn't say, due process, Obama, where's due process? No questions were asked. You went along with whatever he said because he's a Democrat. Only 25% of the population that got deported, of the 3 million illegal immigrants under President Joe Biden, were deported with due process. Only 25% of them got to see a judge. Only 25% of them. Only 25% of them. How hypocritical of the Democrats. How hypocritical of the Democrats. I just showed you proof. Here's the source. Snoops.com is one source. Another source is ACLU.org. There you go. There's your two sources. There's your two sources for this whole situation. Ask ChatGPT. 75 to 83% of deportations were carried without a formal immigration court hearing or due process. During Obama, yes, indeed, 75% to 83% were carried out without a court hearing or any type of due process. The Democrats have nothing to say about this. Nothing to say about this. It's reported by multiple news sources. ACLU.org. Look it up on Google. Every single source will say the same thing. The Democrats are mad saying, no, that's not a news source. That's not a news source. Just look it up on Google then. Tell me if you find any other results. You won't be finding any other results because this is 100% what happened. This is the facts. You could put a dog in a hat and make him go against Trump and the liberals would vote for it. Absolutely, I agree. I 100% agree. You want me to play Trump's NATO speech? Is that what you're requesting for? Let's get a super chat. Does anyone want me to play Trump's NATO speech so we can all watch it live? Deportations. Trump has done great on deportations. Well, he still needs to come. So they came illegally? Yes. You came on my page again. Just show the locks. Well, I told you multiple times, if you want me to show the locks, here you go. But if you want to see the real locks, you got to drop $10 or more if you want to see my haircut. Joey, try my Discord again. I updated the link literally this morning, last night. I think he's doing a great job on the economy. The stock market just reached an all-time high. And since Trump announced the second ceasefire with Iran, gas prices have shot down quite significantly. Well, Obama didn't give 85% of the or 80% of the people he deported. Obama didn't give due process. So if Obama says it's okay, it must be okay not to give them due process, right? Food is not rotting. What the hell are you saying? There's only been 120,000 deportations in the last 6 months. Only 120,000 people have been deported so far in the last 6 months. Trump needs to go harder. Obama did 3 million in 8 years. Trump can do 5 million in 4 years. Let's see it happen. No one talked about how Obama had 75% of these deportations without a due process. They should be afraid. They committed a crime. They entered the country illegally. Sure, you can deport me if I enter a country illegally. I know, but the Democrats said nothing about it. I'm saying the hypocrisy between Republicans and Trump. What about stuff we did in their country? I don't care. They have the same rule. They have rules and regulations everywhere. If they came here as legal citizens, yes, they have due process. Welcome back, Dysphonia. I noticed that my 30-minute stream or ban for you ended. If the Supreme Court has ruled something, then why is the Alien Enemies Act invoked, which says they don't need to give due process? And why did Obama only give he gave 75% of his deportations were non-judicial, meaning they never saw an immigration judge or got due process? 75% of them never got due process under President Obama. 75% of them did not get due process. If you guys want me to continue on, drop me a super chat. If you guys want me to show Trump's speech at NATO, we can do that as well. But please drop me a super chat. There's more than 2 wrongs. I'm sure other presidents did the same thing as well. Multiple presidents have done it. Likely. I haven't seen any evidence of any food rotting.
Just picking up there, President Trump there and Mark Rutte, who's the Secretary General of NATO. Let's have a listen.
5%.
Put criminals in prison, absolutely.
To 5%. That's a big.
I don't know, maybe some fried chicken.
A lot of people didn't even pay the 2%. So I think that's going to be very big news. NATO is going to become very strong with us. And I appreciate doing it. Perhaps you want to talk.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me first, before I go to spending, I just want to recognize your decisive action on Iran. You are a man of strength, but you're also
Who the hell is on this camera? This shit is worse than my shaky phone.
successful in getting this ceasefire done between Israel and Iran. I really want to commend you. And I think this is important for the whole world. Then on spending, it's absolutely true. I want to state...
Someone drop me a super chat if you have any questions or anything you want me to play or show or talk about or discuss.
2016, 2017, you force Europeans and Canadians to pay more. At this moment, the result of that phase is 1 trillion extra aggregate defense spending by the Canadians and the Europeans. Then came phase 2, when you became president in January last year. Phase 2 is that all other countries not yet on 2% have now committed to the 2%. This is the old goal from Wales in 2014.
He's making them pay up. They gotta pay. We're not gonna protect them any longer with all our money.
All of them, including Canada, including Italy.
We're not gonna pay the majority of NATO's costs. I'm sorry, NATO.
Big splash. Today, we will decide to go to 5%. We have to keep ourselves safe for our adversaries, but also because...
Bye-bye, Dr. Luke. Thank you for joining me. Much appreciated, brother. Have a great, blessed week.
Europeans and the Canadians will equalize their defense spending.
I hope you subscribed, brother. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the super chats and all the great conversations.
And again, this would not have happened. I'm really saying this here. And some people might criticize me, but then when I speak with them, they all say, yes, you're right. This would not have happened if you would not have been elected in 2016 and re-elected last year and back into office in January. So I want to thank you.
Well, thank you very much. It's a great victory for everybody, I think. And we will be equalized very shortly, and that's the way it has to be. It's going to be a lot of money, too, a lot of defense.
It's trillions extra.
Yeah, and we have a great relationship, and we've had a great relationship from the
See ya. Bye, Doc.
respected man. And yeah, we appreciate you being here too, everybody. We really do. We have a tremendous group of people on my left and a tremendous group of people on my right. They might be even better than my people.
God bless.
Let's have a fight. Let's figure it out. Anyway, but
I
we
don't have a
appreciate
main
it.
news source. I have
We've
a
had
multitude of news sources. One news source is not enough to get accurate information in this modern
When
age.
Biden was here, it just died like everything else died. And now it's, you're going to take, I guess, a vote today. Right?
After today, we will decide unanimously to do it.
We all love Doc Luke.
So we can't,
Dr. Luke.
we can't talk about it until the vote's taken because sometimes, strange things happen with God, but I think you're going to...
This isn't even Fox News, Joey Jojo.
Go ahead. Yes.
Mr. President, how is the Iran-Israel ceasefire going, in your opinion?
I think very good. Israel came back yesterday. I was so proud of them because they...
Trump is 6'3".
Because they felt it was a violation. And technically they were right, but it just wouldn't have worked out very well. And they brought the planes back. They had gone on to another journey because there was a little bit of a violation. And, I said,
I somewhat agree, thought criminal. I somewhat agree.
it's going very well. Hello, Katie. She's so great this one. Any questions she asks, I'll answer.
Drop a super chat if you guys want me to continue, or if there's anything you want me to talk about or discuss. Otherwise, I'll be wrapping up here in about 2 minutes max.
I don't know if they've said that, but I'll tell you, the last thing they want to do is enrich anything right now. They want to recover. And we won't let that happen. Number one, militarily we won't. I think we'll end up having somewhat of a relationship with Iran. I see it. Look, I've had a relationship.
I said 6'3", not 6'4".
And it was a very equal agreement. They both said that's enough.
And as you get older, you shrink a little bit. So maybe he's 6 foot, maybe 6'1", maybe 6'2".
They're not looking to...
But around that height.
Can you imagine after all that, they say, oh, let's go and do a bomb. There could be a day in the future where...
Israel, send me some shekels in super chat.
Don't do it. And maybe they won't do it.
I love the word shekels.
They're not going to have a bomb and they're not going to enrich. And we believe all of the the stuff is down there. We don't think they had nearly the time, because to get that out is a very difficult thing. It's not like moving a package or taking this carpet up and moving it. It's very difficult. It's very dangerous to do. We believe it's all down there. We had a tremendous victory, a tremendous hit. And because of that, I don't think they would.
If there's anything you guys want me to read out loud, talk about, discuss, anything like that, just drop me some super chats. Much appreciated.
No, I think it was just a tremendous victory for everyone.
Otherwise, I'm going to be wrapping up here in one more minute.
They've got a country, and they've got oil, and they're very smart people, and they can come back. Israel got hit very hard, especially the last couple of days. Israel was hit really hard. Those ballistic missiles, boy, they took out a lot of buildings. And they've been great. Bibi Netanyahu should be very proud of himself. And they've really been great. But they're not going to be building.
Should I keep the stream running and make lunch and just let this video play out? That's interesting. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think so, guys. Maybe we'll try that another time. I will go live, though, again, maybe in about 5 to 7 hours. So we'll be going live tonight again. So thank you for watching. Hit the like and subscribe button. I'll give you guys one more minute. If anyone wants to drop a super chat, we can continue on for quite a bit. Nah, man, the views are dropping off already. I don't want to keep it running too long. But good idea, good idea. I could keep it running. I got mods, but I'm the entertainer. I'm the one talking to everyone. I can't let the video go for too long, because then that's going to be like a copyright strike. I got to commentate on the content and on the video, so I can't just play news clips endlessly without commentating on it. It's against guidelines. Is that a Trump hat? Absolutely. Here's the views. Damn, it's hot as hell outside. I could try a 24-hour stream one time, but today's not the day. I love the ideas, though, and the input. Thank you very much, Evan, for your moderations. Thank you to Lunchbox. Goodbye, Lunchbox. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Hit the like and subscribe button. Peace out. Thank you guys for watching. Go back to the pool with a beer. Good idea. Maybe. Peace out.